Hello everyone, welcome to the THR show. My name is Osasu Paul Azino. The THR show focuses on social sector managers and entrepreneurs who by sheer determination and passion work through their projects. On this show we will focus on the challenges and the impacts of this project. Please subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up. If you have questions, comments, suggestions, or people you would like us to interview, please drop a comment below. Hello everyone, welcome to the THR show. My name is Osasu Paul Azino. My past has not defined me, destroyed me, deterred me, or defeated me. It has only strengthened me, still marble. My guest on the show today is a survivor. Please make welcome Anthonia Ojenagbon. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
It's such a delight to have you here.
It's a pleasure.
So I introduced you as a survivor, but let's start at the very basics. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is Anthonia Ojenagbon. I'm the first child out of 9 children. I'm the CEO of Silton African Kitchen, and I call myself a survivor and a warrior.
Aha, that's the part I like. So so you run a catering outfit?
Yes, please.
Okay, but there's, I think, one of the fantastic stories that is attached to you is your being a survivor and a warrior. So tell us about that.
Okay, I'm a sexual abuse survivor, an incest survivor.
Okay.
Yes. I was 12 years old when I came to Lagos to stay with an uncle, one of the most trusted men in my life. One night, as I was sleeping, I felt a hand touching my breast, which was very unusual. I was so scared. I didn't know who was doing that to me. Now, the hand moved from my breast to my vagina, and that was so scary. That was so scary. That was how the abuse started. One morning, I got up. Now, I didn't know who was doing this to me. I got up one morning and I was told that if you say a word to anybody, I'm going to kill you. That was when I was able to put a face to the monster who was doing this to me every night. It's not a pleasant experience. It's actually not an experience I like talking about. But talking about it, I found out that talking about it helps me heal better. And it helps other people who haven't spoken about their own experience.
Wow. So I think that so that we do not prod you too much, but how long did this go on? How did it affect your life? Did it change your life? Did it change you in any way at the time?
Yes, it did. It went on for years because I was living with him. In those days, there was no GSM. We only had the Nitel phones, and not everybody had access to them. So when I want to write a letter to my dad, my uncle would tell me that I must not write what's going on here. And the fact that he's the one that would take the letter to the post office made it more difficult for me because he has to read through to see what I've written, if that letter should get to my father or not. He would be the one to determine. It affected me because I grew up in a Christian home, and I knew that incest was a sin before the Almighty God. So it affected me in the sense that I now lost every sense of self-worth. I saw myself like the worst sinner on earth. I felt that God didn't like me. That was why that kind of a thing would be happening to me. I couldn't pray. I hated men. I hated myself. I thought that I brought it upon myself. So it affected me so much. I had to drop out of school because I couldn't concentrate so much again in school, because in the process my father died, which now made it more difficult because there was now nobody to deliver me from this problem. Wow. The way I saw it.
Wow. So this went on for years and years and years. And how did you get out of it? How did it ever stop?
Yes, it did.
So how did it stop? Do you want to tell us about it?
Yes, I will. Okay. one day, my friend just told me that there's a new church in our streets. That let's go to the church. We went to the church. She said, that church, they dance very well in the church, and the pastor is a fine guy. So we went to the church. After the service, the man of God said, if you want to give your life to Christ, come out. So I stepped out. I gave my life to Christ because I'm a Christian. I rededicated my life to Christ. So he said he wanted to see us in his office. We went to his office, and he spoke to us, told us some things to do on how to grow in the Christian faith. Then as we were about to leave his office, everybody else left. Then he said, Tonia, I need to talk to you. So I came back and he said, sit down. I sat down. He looked at me and he says, there's something you want to tell me. I said, there's nothing, sir. He said, no, there's something you want to tell me. And I said, there's nothing. I haven't met this man before. That was my first time of seeing him. And the next thing he said to me, he said, you want to tell me your uncle is sexually abusing you and you don't know how to stop it. Now, that was a rude shock because I didn't know who this guy was. I just went on my knees and I started crying. Of course, he gave me time to cry. Then he handed an handkerchief to me. And he said, clean your eyes, sit down now, because it's going to happen again this night. And you have to stop it. So I sat down. He then asked me a question. He said, have you ever shouted before? And I said, no. He said, okay, tonight you're going to shout. You will scream until everybody in that house wakes up and they will ask you, what exactly is the problem? Then you just pretend like you had a terrible nightmare. So of course, that night my uncle came again, and as the hand just touched my breast, I shouted. I was screaming until his wife woke up, and they were like, Anthonia, what is the problem? What is the problem? I just said, I was having a bad dream. I was having a bad dream. But the truth of the matter is that was the last time it happened. In the morning, he just looked at me, he hissed, and he went to work. And that was how he stopped. But the harm had been done.
Wow. Okay. So, that happened for how long did this happen?
It happened for 5 years, from 1992 to 97.
So how did you get to this place? What process did you go through to become what you are? Because you say that you're a survivor.
Yes.
So that means that some things have changed.
Yeah, a lot
some
of
things
things
have happened. I know that you're married, and
yeah.
So the mindset, what happened from I did not want, you hate for men, and now you're married. What has changed in the time that it has stopped?
Okay, when I was getting married, I just wanted to leave the house because, like I said, my father died in the process and there was nowhere to go to. So I still was in my uncle's house, but I wanted to leave that place desperately. And I knew that the only thing that could take me out of that house was getting married. So I wasn't going to get married because I loved or cared about the person. I just wanted to leave that house. But the fortunate thing is I got married to my friend who is very understanding, who has helped me through the journey. Now, I didn't think about the psychological effects of what sexual abuse does to anyone before getting married. I didn't deal with all that baggage. I came into the marriage with all that baggage. But thank God for the maturity of my partner. For instance, the first night we got married, when we got home, at the reception, it didn't occur to me that when you get home, married couples do something. It was when we got home and I saw him removing his jacket. It just occurred to me that, hey, this night something will happen.
Going to happen. I make you miss.
My God, I was so scared. I said, sir, I need to speak with you.
You called him sir?
Yes, I did. I said, sir, I need to speak with you. And he said, Anthonia, we are now married. I'm no more sir. I said, Pastor, please, I need to talk to you, sir. So he sat down and I said, I need you to do me a favor. He said, what is it? I said, I want us to live like brother and sister. And he just looks at me and he says, okay. So he was going to the bathroom. I said, please, one more thing. When you are coming out of the bathroom, please tie your towel. I do not want to see you naked, please. And he said, okay.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So,
and he said, okay.
So this is one of those episodes where I wish we brought in your husband to to listen to his side of the story.
For a typical Nigerian man,
yes, that's very strange.
He just said,
as you say it, that's absolutely.
He just said, okay, and he left.
Did he know about the abuse before?
Yes, I told him.
Okay.
When I saw that he was really serious about marrying me, I told him. I told him, yes, I did.
So he helped you walk through?
Yes, he did.
He really,
really helped me. You know, they say that it's a woman that keeps the home, a woman makes her marriage to work. But in my own case, that's not it. My husband is the one making the marriage to work. On several occasions, I've threatened to walk out. I've packed my things, I've left. But he's the one that would tell me this marriage is not going to end. He does everything to see that the marriage works.
Wow, you have a fantastic partner.
Thank you.
Mr. Ojenagbon, if you're home watching this, kudos to you from the THR show.
Thank you.
So now you are in a place where you are helping people. Please tell us about that journey and why, because you're a caterer, you're a full-time, and guys, her work is amazing. You should try her out. But, I know that you do this, you cater full-time. So I know you also run support groups and support systems for people who have gone through the kinds of experience that you've gone through and probably worse. Please share with the viewers your thoughts.
Okay. I didn't think I was going to be able to talk about this publicly. One day I got a call from someone who had told my story. Some people wanted somebody to come and speak to some girls, and they wanted somebody who had gone through sexual abuse, and the person is doing well business-wise. The thing hasn't affected her. And they called me to say if I would be willing to come and speak. I said, okay, let me talk to my husband. And my husband says, if you want to go, no problem. So I went. I didn't know what I was going to meet. They had brought in girls from 8 different schools, and they brought in 100 girls from. Anyway, we had a full hall. After talking to them, I just went there to tell them there is life after abuse. Yes, the abuse has happened, but you must not allow it to destroy you. Because I believe that everyone has a great future. God has a reason for putting each and every one of us on the surface of this earth, and we have to fulfill purpose. So I was just telling these girls how they shouldn't allow sexual abuse to destroy them. And I started giving them names of women who have gone through abuse and they didn't allow it to weigh them down. One of such women is Oprah Winfrey and Joyce Meyer. Okay. So the girls now started writing questions, and I said, we had their mothers there. So I knew that they would not freely want to ask questions because their mothers were there. So I said, okay, you could write your questions. It was after I went through the questions those children wrote, I said to myself, wow, a lot of survivors need support and counseling because in this part of the world, survivors are looked down upon. Survivors are judged both by family, by church, by friends.
By society.
By society. Everybody judges you. You are being told it is your fault.
Yes. Why did you wear what you wore?
Yes.
Why did you
go
to his house?
Whereas the abuser is walking freely. Nobody talks to the abuser. Is the victim that goes through a lot of emotions, So I said to myself, okay, we need to start a support group. That was how the idea of the support group started. Wow. You need somebody to listen to you and not judge you. I don't want to talk to somebody who was not raped and the person starts telling me theory. No, I want to talk to somebody who has gone through this, who has walked through this part, and the person has healed and the person is doing an amazing job. I want to hear your story. I want to know how you overcame all this. In 2015, I thought that I had healed. In 2015, the first time I became suicidal was in 2012.